Okay guys, in this lesson I'm going to show you how to apply materials to your 3D models, right? So if you build a 3D model like that, okay, the place to access the materials editor is right here. Okay, look at that, 4 spheres. Now you can actually apply only color, right, to your material, or you could also apply maps. Okay, now usually we use the diffuse color. Okay, so if you can click that, select a bitmap. A bitmap is your either JPEG file or your texture files. Okay, could be a PNG file, could be a bitmap. So we can say, let me use my pictures, sample pictures, winter. Okay, and see now it's coming into this coordinates panel, but we can actually go back, right? Go up 1 level. See, we're coming down 1 level, now we can go up 1 level. So now your winter map is applied to this sphere. So there are 2 ways you can apply this material. You can actually either drag it, okay, drag that to your object, or you could select the object and click the apply materials button. Okay, now you can't see it. Why? Because you have to then enable the visibility of the texture. Okay, so that's how you apply, right? That's your material. You can also apply different kinds of materials, but not all of them will be supported in games engine. So be careful. So let's build something else. Say I want to build a box that is about that big. Okay, I want to have a few spheres, right? Okay. Now I want to apply a new material. So each material should use a new slot. Yeah. Let's go to maps, diffuse color. This time I want to go back to my my texture folder. Okay, so you can basically collect lots of textures over the years, and these are what I have. If you want them, I can copy them for you. Who wants it? Okay, so let's apply a AN floor down there, right? Okay, so see, I just drag and go back and apply that material. Nice. Okay, now this material, with this material applied, you see, if you go back to here and you have 2 tilings, look, that makes it much smaller, right? 3, that's a tiling. Okay, and it can be accessed by clicking that slot and then coming down to the tiling. But on the other hand, we can also use, usually it's better to use a modifier called a UVW mapping modifier. And if you use that, you know, most 3D packages will understand the mapping coordinates. So you go to, scroll down, go to UVW Map, okay, apply that. You know, you can apply all sorts of mapping coordinate systems, but you know, the best thing is, because it's a box, we make a box, and you can actually fit them perfectly by doing that, right? You can set the length, the width, the height. Okay, so that's how you apply. See, 3D Max is they're all based on modifiers. So you apply one modifier, you know, onto there. And let's do the other things. I want, you know, basically you can also name them. Let's say this is the ground, right? And that's a cube. Maps. Let's apply another material, a bitmap. This time, okay, how about a brick texture for the sphere? Is that selected? No. Select that. Apply that. Make it visible. Right? Let's do another one for here. The same thing, okay? If you you go here or you use that, they are the same. Okay, so let's go to Bitmap, see what else have we got. Oh, okay, darker color brick. Okay, apply that. See, I'm dragging it, right? Basically the same thing too. Okay, go to UVW Map, make sure it's a sphere, spherical, and you can change that, say 50, 50 and 50 for the height. Okay, we'll leave that. We're just going to leave that. Now, one way of making things nice, only in 3 Studio Max, you cannot export this to Director or any other packages, is to apply a reflection mapping, right, to your cubes. So the reflection, I'm going to use a ray trace material. Keep all things in their default settings. Go back and make sure it's 100%. Okay, so that's one. Let's go back here. Let's also apply a reflection, a ray trace reflection, and also the ground reflection. Ray trace. Now what happened now is you cannot see it because this is not rendered. But if we go to the render, right, a quick render, there's another settings for rendering to a higher resolution. Okay, you can set that. But with a quick render, you can see immediately, right, reflections. What about lightings and shadows? Okay, lightings and shadows can be accessed from the Create panel. Light, I want to have a target spot. Okay, sorry, that's not a good one. So we need to go back to the front view, and then let's do something like that. Okay, some shadows now. Change the settings for the shadow. I want it to have a shadow ray trace shadow with an intensity of multiply of 1, attenuation okay. So let's have a look. Let's see what happens. See, shadows and lightings, right? Now if the lighting is not enough, you can actually create a few more lightings like the Omni. Okay, that adds a little bit more atmosphere to the scene. Okay, you can change the color of the light, a little bit bluish, and here we go. Okay, so that's basic material. But remember that shadows and lightings may not be, you may not be able to export that to Director or any other packages. Okay, so keep in mind that this is the way you build textures.